Doom. The Dark Ages had a spectacular secretive deep dive at QuakeCon 2024. Doom. The Dark Ages is a single-player first-person action shooter currently under development by ID Software. It will be published by Bethesda Softworks. Doom: The Dark Ages. The historical setting, as we mentioned. Doom. The Dark Ages is a prequel to Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal in the franchise and takes the action to medieval times where forces from hell are let loose upon a kingdom. 2. Doom: The Dark Ages. The protagonist in Doom: The Dark Ages. You play as the Doom Slayer, the super weapon of gods and kings against evil who'll single-handedly take on the hordes of hell. 3. Doom: The Dark Ages. Story themes. In Doom: The Dark Ages, players will witness the origin of the Slayer's rage and his rise from a kingdom's last hope to hell's greatest fear. Much like when the deep dive for Doom 2016 was shown at QuakeCon, the Doom leads asked the community to put down their phones and simply take in the brutal mayhem of what's coming. And while I can't show you what I saw, I can tell you that it was ridiculously cool and continues to build the hype for what we're getting when Dark Ages comes out in 2025. Rip, tear, and crush. Some of the first and most important things include new weaponry and ways to slay your foes. We've seen things like the skull fragment gun and shield saw, but during the QuakeCon presentation, we saw these and newly revealed implements in action. The shield saw seems like it's going to have a variety of crowd clearing and damage over time options. At one point, Doom Slayer embedded it into a heavy enemy where it kept spinning and doing damage. We also got a fresh look at its ability to be thrown through multiple enemies in an area of effect attack to kill off lots of small fry at once. Finally, the devs confirmed that the shield saw can parry any green projectiles from enemies back at them. As for guns, one of the most interesting things I saw was a new double-barreled plasma rifle. The weapon would fire projectiles that featured similar properties to the power punches, where hitting the target hit would chain the damage to nearby enemies, allowing you to melt groups in short order. Simply put, the weapons and offensive options are looking great so far. Board some brutal beasts. During the deep dive, the Doom Slayer found himself on an expansive battlefield where giants about the size of the icon of sin in modern Doom games were slugging it out in the background. Turns out these are more than just window dressing. We saw only a glimpse of controlling these entities in the first trailer, but QuakeCon gave us a much deeper look at them. The giant mecha is called an Alton, and it was confirmed that we'll get to ride and control it in massive scale combat. At one point, Doom Slayer boarded the Alton, introducing us to a new HUD to work with. The action stays in first person, and letting us loose to get into knockdown drag-out brawls against other giants, knocking their blocks off with devastating punches and dismantling them bit by bit in an avalanche of gore. Going medieval on them. I wish I could share exactly what I saw at QuakeCon 2024 Beyond, but I, like many of the community, respect the mystique Stratton and Martin have going here for Doom: The Dark Ages. I wasn't as wild about Doom Eternal as I was about Doom 2016, but with Dark Ages, it's looking visceral and vibrant from a variety of angles.